gloves for nearly all the riders on the starting line for this GP final.
There's Freezy looking at his new pair of goggles, getting dialed in. Here's your start list, same 22 riders as we've had in the previous 2 races. Nobody new. We might lose somebody, but we don't gain anybody in these. And that's your full field of 22. Just one wild card rider this week.
Yeah, and it was a late entry for that wild card. Also, the Lou Francois
Charles. Boy, the focus on Ken Roczen.
Roczen's ridden with a lot of pressure in his day. He's accustomed to it. He's excelled at it. Freezy right now is in a place that he's never been in his career.
Vince Freezy, Kristen, could accomplish something he's never done before, win an overall. Kristen?
However, Ken Roczen is going to make that very difficult for him, and team manager Dustin Pipes of PMG Suzuki is down here with me now, with Ken Roczen taking the first overall GP and then battling with Vince Freezy for the second. How did you guys coach him? What kind of feedback are you giving him? What would you like to see him do in this final GP race?
Yeah, I think I'd just like to see him get out to a good start, right, and not get into the chaos. And we haven't really been able to do that these first 2, so we're lighting up a little bit in front of the gate here. He has a really, really slick starting pad for some reason, so maybe not the best gate choice. So I'd like for him to just get out of the first corner clean, not having to bang bars and stuff, and try and just put a solid 12 laps in.
Dustin, you've done a great job with this PMG team, not only in the World Supercross Series, but domestically as well. Congratulations. Let's get back to racing, Ralph.
Yeah, and a huge opportunity for them to land Ken Roczen for the FIM World Supercross Championship. Really elevated the program for Pipes Motorsports Group. Progressive back squad.
Well, these riders are focused right now. They are accustomed to what the condition of the track. They know the lines. Now it's just 12 laps. 12 laps left in this trip here to Birmingham, United Kingdom for the first round of World Supercross Championship, right? So this is the point you leave it all on the table after this. But this could be the 12 hardest laps that they've ridden
all
day, and they haven't done more than 12 laps, I don't even think, in qualifying practice either.
No.
So this is the longest stretch. This is for the points, the cash, and all the bragging rights.
Yeah, and for Ken Roczen, it's a huge statement moment too, because he's expected to be the guy in this championship. So if he comes out the first Grand Prix of the year and doesn't win the overall, it's a shocking blow, I would think.
Yes, I agree. The pressure is on Ken Roczen to execute.
Yeah. 30-second board is up. Riders catching their last big breath of air. Starting to lean over those handlebars, clicked into gear. Watch the revs come up. Waiting, here we go. Off the chaos corner we go. Who's gonna survive? Look at the number 3 of Freezy once again back to the front. And where's Roczen? Not a great start, but better than the last one. He's inside the top 5 and already trying to make moves on Brayton.
Banging
That'll
some
put him up to
bars.
4th. Ken's got to stay upright. That's the big thing. Savatgy with a good start. He's got the Rick Ware machine up into 2nd. And it's Moran's battling with Roczen right now over 3rd, and Ken's cleared him. So much easier, not a great start yet, but a much easier one than he had in GP number 2.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if Savatgy has something here. He's been good in the 3rd and final races. A little bit longer stretch here, 12 laps, but Roczen has been so fast and riding with such intensity.
And he knows he has the speed. Can he take his time to pick off Savatgy here?
Evidently not. Done. Evidently not. He's just going for it.
It wasn't very hard though, too, was it?
And Freezy's going to know that Roczen's back there. He's going to see that yellow fender somewhere along the line. Freezy's switching up his lines a little bit. That inside was not good.
He's going to see it pretty soon, I got to believe. Roczen,
maybe right
like
here,
a rocket out of that corner. He is so good through the whoops, and he's right there. And they touch right through that corner.
He takes him wide.
Freezy hangs on barely into the tough blocks, and Freezy continues to stay out front. And Savatgy goes to the lead. Joey takes advantage of all the carnage, and Savatgy's your new leader for Ric Flair.
Well, and that's very much a Vince Freezy type of move. Somebody goes to pass you. He likes to take you wide and really try to stall your momentum. Savatgy flew right by, got a twofer right there.
There
and
goes
look at
Roczen. Roczen passed Freezy and now going after Savatgy. And don't forget, Savatgy won the third and final race at Australia last fall. Roczen trying to get him here. Joey fighting off. Savatgy doing a great job of hanging on the Mobil 1 Yamaha. But Roczen just too tough on his progressive back Suzuki. He's your new leader here in GP race number 3.
Wow, Roczen riding with such great instinct to manage his way through those riders and predict what the traffic, or not the traffic, the competitors are going to do. Savatgy should have taken him high right here. He blocked him out. Savatgy thought Roczen was going to hit the brakes. Instead, Roczen bravely just stayed on the outside.
Savatgy left him that outer lane, and Ken Roczen, being one of the best dirt bike racers on the planet right now, took full advantage of it and gets to the lead.
And Ralph, Freezy is now back to 5th. Wilson is 3rd. So something happened to Freezy during that exchange, and he lost some valuable positions.
Oh, one rider just going down in the corner there, too. Might have been Seeley. It looks like Cole. Yeah, that's Cole Seeley. Struggling to get up and get his Honda back up. Let's see what happened to the 14 here.
Yeah, so dry, got some stones there. Oh, the rear tire just slides out right there. He was already on the throttle, and the rear tire was like 6 or 8 inches out of the line. And
tough break for the
down
Moto
he
Concepts
goes.
rider.
That's, yep. Put Seeley in about 16.
Ken Roczen at 42.550.
Wow, this is a championship type effort here out of Ken Roczen. I mean, he really showed the competition that he was here to win this thing.
I'll tell you what though, Jeff, the competition showed him it's not going to be a cakewalk, because they came after him pretty hard here today.
Definitely.
Hill early on today, and now also we see Freezy there too.
Taking a look back through the field here, you've got Aranda, or he's got Chisholm. It just got past Aranda right here on the Suzuki. So Chisholm being the teammate of Ken Roczen on that PMG Suzuki. Aranda, the rider out of France. Chisholm, one of the vets. Uh-oh, we got Seeley. He's right, or sorry. Now that's Seeley. He's dropping and now out or off of the course. Not sure if something else happened right there, but a great battle that we have going on just inside the middle part of the top 10 here with Chisholm and Aranda.
So Roczen out front, and Jeff, we've been informed by our FIM officials and WSX officials that they are investigating potential penalties in WSX race number 2, the one we just completed. They might have had a rider make a pass for position, riders, I should say plural, under medical flag situations in one part of the racetrack. We didn't see that on camera, but they're investigating that. That would impact where the riders finished officially. So the finishing order of this and the overall for now will be unofficial until that is cleared up.
Well, Roczen out front flying. Last lap was a 43.4, but his best is a 42.5. And that's over a second quicker than anyone else on the track. Roczen looking extremely comfortable and focused at this point. Maybe with 4 laps to go, the only real challenge is to not make any little mental mistakes and any lap riders that he comes across. Now, Savatgy's trying to keep him honest, but he's still 5 seconds behind. And right there, Savatgy gets the hops going through the whoops, and that'll cost him a little bit in his lap time.
Well, we've seen this racetrack reach out and yank riders down today, beginning at the very first session of the day when it grabbed Enzo Lopes, yanked him to the ground, dislocated his shoulder. We saw Vince Freezy have the same problem in GP race number 1 for the WSX category. So as smooth as Ken seems to be here today, he's got to be careful, because this racetrack at Villa Park has been treacherous.
Yeah, Dean Wilson here. He's on that Firepower Honda. They won the title with Roczen last year, but Wilson came into this event here feeling better on the bike than he has in a long time. He's made the move on Freezy, so that could give Wilson a top 3 in race 3 if he can keep it on 2 wheels and keep Freezy at bay, which is a solid ride for Dean Wilson, the rider who was born in Scotland.
Yes.
Part of the United Kingdom. There's your points as they run.
And again, unofficial, Roczen right now is the guy winning GP race number 1 and going after GP race number 2 here. Freezy is up to 4th.
Still going to be a good ride for Freezy. Any way you look at it, to win race 2, had a chance of winning race 1, ended up 2nd.
Boy, how could it have been different, Jeff, if he had won race 1 and 2?
Yeah, oh yeah. Pretty impressed with the 5th and 6th of Chisholm and Moran's, couple of American riders right there.
So, Jeff, as we watch Ken Roczen working his way to the checkered flag here in Birmingham, 2 laps remaining in this one, he's going to go away from this. He's going to have time off now between now and the next race in Singapore at the National Stadium there. What does he think about? Because he got a lot of pressure here today. Maybe he didn't expect that.
Well, I think we just have to get together with the team and see what improvements they can make to the bike. I mean, it seems like Ken's physical conditioning is perfect right now. But maybe let his body rest a little bit and then get back into the training and maybe just focus on himself and making sure that when he shows up to Singapore that his energy level, his enthusiasm is the best that it can be, because as I understand it, can get pretty warm in Singapore.
Oh boy, Vince.
Oh, he's down.
Oh boy. And Freezy got going again. He's still in 4th according to timing and scoring as the final lap is underway here in Birmingham.
Well, Roczen was challenged today. Definitely. Didn't win the Super Pole, which was kind of surprising. Justin Hill got that. Freezy gets a race win. But here, now that we're at the end of the British Grand Prix, it's all Roczen.
Ken Roczen comes to Birmingham. The double checkers wave. He lights the candles as Ken Roczen wins the British Grand Prix GP race number 3, which, if all things finish officially, should be enough for him to claim the overall here at the British Grand Prix, the 2023 season opener for the FIM World Supercross Championship in the WSX category.
Look at this nice whip here by Ken Roczen, looking over the crowd here at Villa Park. And hey, your reigning champions ended up winning both classifications here at the British Grand Prix, proving why they are the reigning champions.
Nearly a little bit of a warm down. Guys trying to catch their breath as they all wait for everybody else to cross the finish line. Roczen and Savatgy talking things over as they finish 1 and 2 in that GP. Here's your results. Roczen, Savatgy, Wilson, Chisholm, and Aranda, the top 5. Josh Hill gets the better of his brother in this one as he comes home in 6th. And little brother, looks like Justin finished in 15th.
Pretty impressed with Wilson's ride. I mean, I expected Roczen and Savatgy to be in these sort of positions. Wilson, this is a solid way to finish it off. Kyle Chisholm on the Pipes Motorsports Group Suzuki with a 4th in that race. That was really impressive for the veteran.
Sure was. Roczen can finally relax. There's Dustin Pipes there with him.
Dustin Pipes can finally relax.
Yeah, he sure can.
I seen him just before the race started. I said, "How you feeling? Nervous?" He goes, "Oh yeah."
This is a big deal for Dustin and the Pipes Motorsports Group. Getting Ken Roczen, they're expected to win this championship, and getting British Grand Prix under their belt is a big step towards that. 5 more Grand Prix yet to go. Grand Prix.
Well, and there was some sense too that the Suzuki wasn't the best bike out there. The fact that it doesn't have electric start when every other bike has electric start, things like that, a lot of the talk. And Roczen and PMG Motorsports are proving that this is a fantastic combination. And a lot of times, too, it takes the team to work together with the rider to make the bike as good as it can be for him, and they certainly have done that.
Let's take a look at the highlights. Our Boost Mobile race highlights from Grand Prix number 3. Big start here, another good one for Vince Friese.
I told you, Ralph, if I had to put my money on the whole shot, I'll put it on Friese for all 3, and he nailed all 3.
You need to buy a lottery ticket because you got that right. But it was a better start for Ken, not his, maybe one of his better ones of the night, and it put him in a much better place to get through the pack quickly and get to the win.
Yeah, well, Savacci takes the lead there for a short bit, and then Roczen just blitzes around the outside of Savacci.
But in the end, it's Roczen, and we go to hear from the winner.
Ken Roczen with his first overall victory in the World Supercross Series, despite winning the championship last year. This is the first time you've been able to claim the overall on the night in the World Supercross Championship. Take me through those passes on Vince Friese and Joey Savacci for this final GP race win of the night.
Yeah, I didn't do that many starts leading into this. I should have probably done a few more starts, but it was tricky. It was really hard pack afterwards, and I tried to shift early, but could never really get the jump that great. And second saw, like basically every start, there's a lot of carnage going on up there, and yeah, I had to fight my way through. And obviously those short races, it's tough to make that many passes, you know. Obviously I ran out of time in that second one, and the last one I grabbed a bit of a better start and had a little bit more time throughout this 12-lapper. Me and Joey were battling. We got really close a couple of times. Luckily, everything was clean and safe. But yeah, Vincent came in on me hard, and I don't blame him. Like, everybody wants to win, you know. But I was lucky I got to make the pass and have a clear track and manage it from there. For how basic the track was, it got chewed up really good. You know, it was tricky out there. Even the whoops, they were small, but it got really comfortable.